Welcome. Live long and prosper. How's everybody doing today? Davey Stallo here with another Rocky Mountain Rankings. And today we're going to be ranking albums of a band that I kind of have a love hate relationship with. I love their earlier stuff, their later stuff. I've listened to off and on, here and there. It's good, but I'm not going to go out and buy it. At least not right now. Later on down the line, things can change. But if you haven't already guessed, the band is called Def Leppard. And when I first got into this band, I played their music all the time. But then they started going to this funky retro rock stuff when Hysteria came out. Hysteria. There's a name. Hysteria. I liked Hysteria at the time, but it's that album worn out of its welcome. But we won't get into right now. We'll see how things play out here. Get ahead of myself. Um, Hope everybody had a good Halloween. We had a decent amount of trick or treaters. Once I got home, there was one group, and that was it for the rest of the night. My mom basically got the majority of the trick or treaters, which is fine with me. So anyway, let's get into this. Def Leppard started in 1976 in Sheffield, England. Since 1992, it's consisted of Rick Savage on bass, Joe Elliott on lead vocals, Rick Allen on drums, Phil Collen on guitars, and Vivian Campbell on guitars. Of course, this wasn't always that lineup. Past members were Tony Kenning, who played drums before Rick took over, Pete Willis on guitars, and Stephen Clark, may he rest in peace, on guitars. Of course, Pete, if you know the story of Def Leppard, Pete Willis got booted from the band for his drugs and alcohol use. Of course, the whole band basically went through that whole alcohol drug abuse period. Very few bands made it through their earlier periods without such and such. So, anyway, let's get into this. But before we do, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. It would help my channel out. Like the video, hit the notification bell, and leave your own rankings, comments, whatever down below. Keep them nice. If they're not nice, I will just delete them. If you're going to get critical of certain things, like appearances and stuff like that, or insult me in any way, I will delete your comments. Not you, but your comments. I will look at them, but I don't have to put up with insults. Let's put it that way. Okay. Let's get here. Yeah, get here. I'm only going to be reviewing 5 albums. The more current stuff, later stuff, I'm not going to touch. I'm not familiar with. I don't have any of them. So, anyway, let's get into this. Shall we? The right frame of mind here. Where is it? Okay. Now, this first album, let's see. I'm in the wrong. Uh-oh. I'm messing up here. Okay. If you don't know how this works, I start with my root. Excuse me. Had breakfast not too long ago. Beg your pardon. Okay. I start with my worst, well, not my worst, but my least favorite, and work up to my favorite. Uh, released, let's see, released August 3rd, 1987, on Mercury Records. The album that they put out right after Rick Allen's accident where he lost his arm. Talking about Hysteria, number 5. Now, like with everybody, when I first heard this album, it was awesome. But over time, it's just lost its luster. Um, for example, I don't need to hear Love Bites anymore, or pour some sugar on me, or Armageddon It, or Hysteria, the title track. I do not need to hear those songs ever again. They just worn out their welcome. Like I've always said, they're those songs that are timeless. They never wear out the welcome. They just stay with you. And then there's those songs that you just, ooh. As soon as it comes on the radio, somebody starts playing it, you say, shut it off. But this album's got its good points. Women, the opening tracks, okay. Rocket. That song is kind of on the borderline with me on not need to be heard again. Animal. I love Animal. That song I can hear over and over again. I just love it. It's just one of those songs that's full of life. I mean, from the opening sequence, it's just well, for me, I picture this bright blue sky, in your hometown, and just people having fun. Just awesome song. Love Bites, of course. Bleh. Excuse me, I gotta sneeze. Maybe. Don't you love it when you feel like you're gonna sneeze and you don't? Seems like such a letdown. But pour some sugar on me. Oh, I hate that song title. Armageddon It. Armageddon It. Are you getting it? No, not anymore. Gods of War. Love it. In fact, I was listening to that earlier before I started this video. Just an awesome song. Don't shoot. Don't shoot shotgun. I think they think of these song titles just to be tongue twisters. Heard that for the first time in a long time. I love it. Run Riot's good. Hysteria, Excitable is okay. And Love and Affection. All in all, kind of half and half. Half sucks to me. Half is good, great. Like I said, Animal and Gods of War, fantastic songs. In fact, if I was to rank the songs on this album, Animal would be my number 1, Gods of War my number 2, Don't Shoot Shotgun probably number 3. But a decent effort, and especially with Rick being just a one-armed drummer, he's fantastic. He picked himself up, and of course he had great support from his friends, his family. They got him going, saying, "Hey, you got 2 legs. Use the other one for the snare and whatever else, and one for the bass, and then so on." So that's my number 5. In fact, we're at the top 5 at 5. Okay. Number 4, released July 6th, 1981. Uh, last full time album with Pete Willis, which kind of bad, but Steve Clark stepped in and picked things up. Of course, I'm talking about High and Dry. Now, I know a lot of people revere this album as the best Def Leppard album. Uh, it's it's a lot better than Hysteria. Let's put it that way. Let It Go, great opener. Another Hit and Run's okay. High and Dry. That song, I just cannot like. It just, I don't know what it is. It just grates on me. It just that opening guitar riff. It just, to me, it's like somebody taking their fingernails and dragging it across a chalkboard. The whole song is that way to me. I I listened to it earlier, and I still cannot get into it. Saturday night, high and dry, whatever. Bringing on the Heartbreak, good. Used to be one of my favorite songs. Now it's kind of lost its luster. Uh, but I love the instrumental it leads into Switch 625. Love that. It's hard rocker. Got Me Running, good. Lady Strange, good. On Through the Night, love it. Mirror Mirror is all right. And No, No, No. No, 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 no. Not so much. But all in all, good last album with Pete Willis. Though, from what I understand, he is on the Pyromania album. He does guitar work on the rhythm guitar. So then Phil Collin does the leads. But it just, for all the good songs on here, I don't know. I just can't get by the title track. I'm sorry. But that's my number 4, High and Dry. And that album cover, well, there's the band on the back. There's Pete right there. Like a Joe in the middle with the perm. Of course, this is back when perms were a big thing. In fact, I had a perm once, a long time ago. Never again. Though it was easy to take care of. That's why I did it. I had to get up early during the summer when I worked as a janitor. Getting up early and doing a shower and stuff, and going to work, messing with your hair. Didn't want to do that, so got a perm. So did everybody else. So anyway, that's number 4. On to number 3. Okay, number 3. Released March 14th, 1980, their debut, On Through the Night. The back cover right there. Pete in the middle, Joe, a little chubby. This album, is really warming up with me lately. When I first got it, I really didn't like it too much, but I listened the other day at work, and I'm like, wow. I listened to it twice. I'm like, wow, this is really an excellent album. I hadn't heard it for a long time. Or because I was really in and out of with Def Leppard. Rock Brigade. Great opener. Hello America. It's okay. Sorrow is a Woman's Good. It Could Be You. It's all right. Satellite. Love that one. When the walls come tumbling down. When the walls come tumbling down. Uh, Good song. The opener's kind of strange. Yeah. Wasted. Wasted my time. Wasted. Great song. Rocks off. Good. It don't matter. Answer the Master. Great. Overture. Fantastic. I'm really warming up to this album. In fact, if I was to do this a few months from now or next year sometime, this might be my number one. So I guess what I like about this album is its straightforward honesty. They weren't trying to do any major tricks other than the opener for When the Walls Come Tumbling Down. It was just, let's go in, make a great album, and get on with the tour. And that's what they did. Joe, his voice is a lot deeper here. He's not really hitting the high notes like later on. So it really makes it stand out with me, at least. His vocals. Don't get me wrong, I like his high vocals, but his voice, I think, has suffered quite a bit because of that. I don't know if he had any vocal training. If you're going to be a singer, you need to have some vocal training because you can damage your voice. Look at people like Ian Gillan. I don't think he had ever had any vocal training. If he did, his voice he'd probably still be able to hit those really high notes. I know a lot of the earlier songs they won't do because it involves hitting the high notes like Child in Time. I just feel bad for the guy. Listen to God, can't think here. Made in Japan. Him hitting those high notes just gives me chills every single time. But as of late, he cannot hit those high notes. He tries. You can tell he's just straining to get them out. Same here with Joe. His voice has suffered, though he can still sing decent. He can still bell it out, but of course he is getting older. Who isn't, right? So anyway, that's my number 3, On Through the Night. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, Davies, you said you're doing 5 albums, and apparently it's to be the first 5. Well, there's one there in the first 5 that's not going to be here, and you will see what I'm talking about. But number 2, released January 20th, 1983. Basically the album that got me into Def Leppard. Talking about Pyromania. And I know what you're saying. Davies, how can you do this? Pyromania is not good. You should have High and Dry or On Through the Night at number 1. How dare you? Well, I'm sorry. I love this album. I just do. This could be easily my number 1, but my number 1, well, I'll explain that when we get to it. But first off, like I said, this is the album that got me started with Def Leppard. And the song that got me started with Def Leppard is my most hated song ever now. And that song was, or is, Photograph. That's the reason why this is not my number 1. I would rather hear pour some sugar on me rather than this song. I'm sorry. I just do not love or like Photograph. It's just, a boring song. Now I know there's some people out there right now watching that just absolutely adore that song. Well, more power to you. I don't like it. I loathe that song. I will skip over it every single time. If it's playing on the radio, I will switch the radio unless I can't. uh, Starts out with one of my favorite songs, Rock, Rock Till You Drop. Love it. Of course, Photograph. Stage Fright. Love it. Too Late for Love. Love it. Die Hard the Hunter. Love it. Die Hard the Hunter. Ooh. It's just hard driving rock. Foolin'. I still love that one. Not as much anymore, but I still love it. Uh, Foolin'. Rock of Ages. Easily my number one song on this whole album. It just gets me going. Rock of Ages. Coming Under Fire. Great. Action, Not Words. That's all right. Not one of my favorites. Billy's Got His Gun. Another hard driving song. Billy's Got His Gun. Ooh, it just sends tingles through me. All in all, this, other than Photograph and Action Not Words, could easily be my number one. Of course, this is the last album before Rick had his accident. And Pete Willis, let's see. Yeah, he does do rhythm guitar on all the tracks. So he was on this album. Phil Collin comes in and does solo work on 1 through 3, 6, 7, and 10, and then does additional rhythm. So it's just awesome album. And of course, being my break-in album with Def Leppard, has something to do with it. So anyway, that's number 2. Now, what is number 1? What could it be? Is it Adrenalize? No, it's not Adrenalize. Could it be Slang? No. Euphoria? No. X? No. Yeah. None of the following. It is, ladies and gentlemen, released October 5th, 1993. It is Retroactive. Davies, how can you choose this as your number 1? It's not an actual album. Well, it is. It's a compilation album, sure. But I just love this album. Excuse me. Voice is kind of dry. Dry, cold air around here. This album I just absolutely love. Literally every song on this, with except maybe one, I absolutely love. Starts with Desert Song. When I first heard Desert Song, big, bold, bombastic. I mean, just in your face. Love it. Then goes into Fractured Love. It's got that little drum beat. Fractured Love. Just, actions. Fantastic. 2 Steps Behind, the acoustic version. I'm not a big fan, though it's good. She's too tough. She can't help it. She just can't help it. Love it. Miss You in a Heartbeat. Great. Only After Dark. Fantastic. Ride Into the Sun. Fantastic. From the Inside. Fantastic. Ring of Fire. Ooh. I Want to Be Your Hero, fantastic. Missing Heartbeat, electric version, fantastic. Two Steps Behind, electric version, fantastic. And it ends with the piano version of Missing Heartbeat. I love it. Oh, I love that ending song. This whole, in fact, just thinking about this album right now is sending the chills through me. I know it's not an official Def Leppard album, but to me, it is. It's my number one. And I can pick this. I can pick anything my number one. I could pick a live album. So there. Duh. That's my number one. I love that cover. I mean, when I first heard that, I saw that, I'm like, they're putting a skull on there? Oh, wait a minute. That's a woman looking in the mirror. But yeah, this great. I think Vivian's on this one. Let's see. Oh, Stephen Clark. Last album with Stephen Clark guitar work on it. Vivian does guitar on this too, so it's his debut album. But yeah, if you don't like that, if you've never heard Retroactive, pick it up. I mean, it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's their last great album. So anyway, there you have it. My favorite Def Leppards. Def Leppards, yeah. My favorite Def Leppards. Number one, Retroactive. Number two, Pyromania. Pyromania. Number three, On Through the Night. I don't know why they didn't have the title song on Through the Night. Instead of, they put it on High and Dry. That's number four, High and Dry. High and Dry. My voice is high and it's dry. And number five, Hysteria. So, maybe someday I'll do the rest of them, but right now, this is the only Def Leppard that matters to me. If you want to do the rest of the discography and we'll put it below, I'd be interested to see it. In fact, I did mention their, let's see, what is it? Where is it? Yeah, Adrenalize, Slang, Euphoria, X10, whatever. Yeah. Songs from the Sparkle Lounge. Sounds suspicious. I don't think I've heard that one. Def Leppard, self-titled one, and Diamond Star Halos. I listened to that the other day. It's okay. Maybe after more listening, it might grow on me. Who knows? But Retroactive, again, marvelous album. Even though it's just supposedly a compilation album, I don't know whether any other album that has any of those songs on it. So I don't know. So anyway, leave your own ranking down below. I'd love to see it, and or whatever other comment you want to leave. Just keep it clean and nice. Otherwise, I will delete it. And coming up, I'm going to do it. Mouth is dry here. Sorry. Apologies, people. I'm doing this early Sunday morning, by the way. You'll be seeing this early Monday morning. Coming up, I'm going to be ranking the songs off of one of my favorite Kansas albums, my all-time favorite Kansas album. And that is Point of No Return. Ranking all the songs off that. And you'll basically see why that is my number one Kansas album. In fact, I did a ranking of Kansas, go back, I think it was back this past spring that I did it, but check it out. Also, got some more rankings coming up. I'm going to try to get back into this with winter, well, cold weather, not winter weather. Cold weather here. I'll be inside more. This past month was busy at work, busy getting things ready here at home for winter. Trying to trying to take a couple of trees out at work, get them out of the fence line. That was fun. Still got more to do next year. I'm not looking forward to that, but it's got to be done. Uh, but with all that out of the way, hopefully I'll have more time to do this. Also, got my new book coming out, the Days of Future Past series. It's called The Harrowing, the second part of the Dead Boy series. Please check it out. This is the, well, that's the second one. This is the first part of the Dead Boy saga. A Night Wave This Way Comes. Please check it out. There, it's not Stephen Kingish or Dean Koonish. I'm just trying to tell a story. But hopefully that'll be out later this month. In fact, I got to do some work on that. Get the final editing done. But yeah, I'm going to try to do some more rankings, do some reviews. Want to do a little movie book comparison here too. So that'll probably be coming up next few days, but we'll see. So anyway, have a good week, and we'll see you all when we see you.